guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to review the latest movie, Missing.
Missing. So hard to remember the name. Keep wanting to say searching.
Searching, and
Searching,
then...
missing.
Yeah, first we were searching, now we're missing, and I think it's the other way around, right?
It should be reversed, but that's all right.
It should be
we're
reversed,
not going to
but...
hold it against them.
Yeah, but look, we're here to talk about Missing. We saw this early Monday morning, and we're here to talk about it now, and I'm excited to talk about this one. Before we do that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about movies and TV shows and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to
like
this video, like she said. I'm sorry. And then, comment down below. What's your thoughts on Missing if you saw it, or if you're going to see it based on our recommendation. Like I said, we'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible since it is a newer movie.
Okay.
In case you haven't seen it, but yeah, just right off the top, what did you think of Missing? Was this a good follow-up to the movie Searching, which we also did see in the theaters?
Yeah. So I did enjoy this movie for the most part.
Yeah.
I did have some issues, and I will say that I enjoyed Searching more than this one.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but I still enjoyed it. So.
Yeah. Well, this one is a little bit different, but kind of the same premise. And it's a follow-up to Searching, only in the sense of the same creative team was behind it. I think the people that edited Searching wrote and directed this.
Gotcha.
In spirit. Like, it's not an actual sequel, but I do think there was a couple of clips in the movie that alluded to the fact that these both take place in the same world or universe. I think some characters from the first one popped up on... I think I saw Deborah Messing pop up on a laptop
when they were
or
like
something.
searching.
Yeah, when they were searching. So it definitely takes place in the same universe. But this one is about a daughter that's searching for her mom that goes missing.
Right.
Whereas the first one was about a father that was searching for his daughter that went missing.
Yeah. Just like quickly going off of that, for me personally, I just felt more of the emotional tug in the first one versus this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I have a daughter, but just the dynamic of the daughter looking for the mom, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same, at least for me personally as a mom.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely different if your child is missing versus, the parent. So
I completely agree, and I think that's why if you are a parent and you see both movies, I think that Searching will probably resonate with you.
Right.
A little bit more just on that level. I did enjoy this movie, though. Again, I will agree with you. I don't think it was as strong as Searching. And I think a lot of that has to do with the ending of this movie, which kind of fell a little bit flat. And I think you kind of definitely expressed that when we were walking out of the theater. You were not very kind to this movie.
Yeah.
I think the ending kind of ruined things for you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was before we even left that I was annoyed.
Yeah.
Just the ending, or like just the whole final act,
and one thing I'll say about you is when you start getting annoyed at a movie, like, you make sure that I know about it like immediately.
Right.
So I feel like that kind of messes with how I, perceive things as well.
Not fair.
Even though I do agree with you, it was definitely not a well drawn out conclusion.
Yeah.
But, I had some other problems along the way. Like, just the way that they framed the ending of the film. And again, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the mystery was so easy to solve if they would have just done this like one thing that they should have known to do. So the fact that it had the ending that it did, I was like, you all could have just done this and it would have just been over with, like 2 weeks before it actually ended.
This movie definitely, they have the police involved, and it just makes the police look like they're just dumb and don't know how to do their job. You all are
trained professionals and this little girl is like out doing you all in investigative work. Like, it's crazy.
Right. I thought it was just like, it annoyed me that she was doing all of this stuff to figure out where her mom was. That the cops weren't even doing, or, as far as we know, they weren't doing, because she seemed to always be like one step ahead of them.
Well, they did have an excuse. They're like, we can't do this because, that's not going to hold up in court and stuff like that. That's not legal. You don't have legal access to these files, or this
and
account or whatever.
and also it like I know that we live in a technology world now, and all of these kids are like up and on it, and they know a lot of stuff and everything. But I mean, this girl was like the things that she would
She
think
had it
of
together.
to search and just like figure things out. I'm how would you even think to do that? Like it was
Yeah.
just so
Like I don't think that
smart, but
John Cho from the first one from Searching was that good at everything. I feel like he had a lot more stumbles, whereas
right.
Storm Reed in this movie, who's the actress that plays a young girl,
Uh-huh.
who was very good, by the way. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to take away from her performance; she was very good in the role.
And what is she from? I feel like I've seen her in
She,
something.
off the top of my head, she was in The Invisible Man. I know she was in that, but she's been in a lot of other. She's in Euphoria. She's
The
Zendaya's sister.
sister.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's where
Yeah,
I know her
So
from.
she's in a
Okay.
lot of stuff. She pops up in a lot of things. She's been acting since she was a little kid, I think.
Yeah, I mean she was good. She was good for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had a problem. It just kept taking me out. Just the kind of
And then the friend that she meets overseas just so easily, or in Colombia, the
yeah.
cleaner guy that she just becomes best friends with, and it's like this is
It
just not
was
realistic
it
enough
was
for me.
it was a little kind of corny or like
It got a little corny. It did.
yeah, I don't know. Like there's an app, I guess, that you can hire people to do random task for you. It's called like Task Finder. I'm like, I literally didn't know this existed, and
Yeah, she knows
she
everything.
yeah, I mean
knows
she
everything.
knows everything. And so, like you said, it's obviously all coming through from a screen, and so that's just always it's very interesting to see how we're going to get all these different angles from different screens and like
Yeah. And
still
I don't
telling
know if
us
we fully mentioned
telling a
that yet, but
story.
yeah, this movie, it's kind of, some might watch it and think it's like found footage, which is basically what it is, but it's kind of taking place all on screens, computer screens, laptop screens, cell phones, tablets, all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
that's the entire movie, is it's on a screen of some kind.
Yeah, and I mean most of it is through her laptop.
They
But
do some
there,
tricks though, to where they'll like make you think you're watching like an actual movie, and then they'll zoom out and reveal that it was on a computer,
right?
which I thought was interesting. I don't feel like the last one did stuff like that,
Yeah,
and that kind of took me out of it a little bit, at least out of the gimmick anyway.
gotcha. Yeah, and I feel like it's very popular nowadays, like in movies where you'll see like little text pop up. You know how like they'll show like text pop up in movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So
been
like,
going on since House of Cards was the first show or movie.
yeah,
I
I
remember
remember that
doing
too.
that back in 2013, but ever since
Yeah.
iPhones and stuff became popular.
So it's like that times like 100. Like
Yeah, it's just that the whole movie.
it shows like social media. It's showing like I mean this girl goes through everything to like put all these pieces together about her mom and where like what could have happened to her, like and just like how easily she was able to like hack into accounts and emails and I don't know, like it just
Yeah.
kind of seemed a tad unrealistic or whatever,
I'm
but
willing to suspend my disbelief a little bit. It is
yeah.
a movie.
Yeah.
You're going to have some of that kind of stuff in a movie. So, but it felt like, yeah, I was, in particular with the ending is what really got me. Like there was just one thing they could have done. I was like, it's just very unrealistic. I will say, not to crap on the movie, but I thought that the mystery, and I thought that all the misdirects, and I thought that, how it carried you along was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I thought all that was very well done. It's just the conclusion
Mm-hmm.
wasn't satisfying. And if you have all this mystery and stuff and you string us along through all of this story,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't deliver a satisfying conclusion, it doesn't matter how many misdirects or how well done or how compelling your mystery was,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be satisfying at the end. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like it was pretty easy to figure out.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
I didn't figure out I figured out a version of what the true ending was, but I didn't figure out exactly what the ending was going to be. It was a surprise to me, and then but after it's revealed, the movie goes on for like 20 minutes, and I didn't enjoy the last 20 minutes as much at all.
Yeah.
But I thought that overall it was a well-directed movie. I thought the pacing was very good. It was almost 2 hours. It didn't really feel 2 hours until we got to those last like 15, 20 minutes, I think. I was pretty engaged throughout. And I thought the performances were good. You got Nia Long playing the mom, which she's kind of she was a star in the 90s. She was in several movies and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I thought all the performances were good and well directed. And yeah, are we ready to give our final thoughts or score?
Go ahead with your score first.
I'll give this a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was a solid watch. I would recommend it. Now, would I recommend going to the theaters to see it? Probably not. I don't think this is a movie you need to go to see on the big screen, just because of the nature of the movie. A screen, movie taking place all on like computer tablets and screens. I don't think you need to see that in the theater. So I would wait for streaming, but definitely check it out when it comes on streaming. Pay the $4.99 or whatever it costs to rent it at home. I would recommend it for that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you didn't give it higher.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe I would have given it a 4, but you always bring me down a little bit sometimes to your level with your opinion sometimes.
That's rude. Because I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay, so we're on the same page
and I feel like
here.
you liked it more than I did. So
I did, but the more I got to thinking about it, and you rubbed off on me. Like I said, you rubbed off on me in a negative way.
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It happens sometimes when you're married to somebody. You start to think alike. So, and a lot of the stuff you were saying kind of made sense. So. 3.5 out of 5 for me, and that is our review of Missing. So, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like this video, and then comment down below your own thoughts on the movie, or if you plan on seeing it based on our recommendation, and then turn on the bell notifications. Follow us on our social media accounts down below.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.